Welcome, fellow addicts, to our Sunday therapy,
There we go.
Gaming sessions. Of course, we're unlicensed, not professional. It's all just for fun. But we are glad you're here. For those of you listening on our podcasts across multiple different platforms, you're always welcome to join us here live too. We're usually live every Sunday at 4 p.m. Central, and that would be right here to YouTube, our Facebook group, which I think Ashley's sending over there. And
as soon as I can figure out what my password
we are. Oh, you forgot your password.
It logged me out for some reason.
Yay. Go technology. So,
there we go.
It is the Sunday before.
Oh, come on.
There you go. A big old work week.
There we go.
You hear me double talking there. Mythos.
Yeah.
Using your cup today, sir, to drink with. Coffee, by the way, people, for those of you who can't see. Pretty nice cup. So if you hit up Wolf Brother Hobbies, he's got a link to get one of those mugs. Pretty nice. We do want to give a shout out to. Who do you want to give a shout out to, Ashley?
Ice Wolf.
Ice Wolf. Thank you, sir, for sending the
6mm train.
We have been printing out a bunch of them. Ashley will show some up. Well, hello, Bad Internet Friends podcast. How are you? Good afternoon. That's an interesting podcast too. There, you guys can check that out there with my friend Axanix.
Oh, is that Axe?
Yeah, he does the Bad Internet.
David!
Yep, Friends podcast. So we are just kind of chilling. Ashley's got lots of 6mm stuff printed up in that box. It's been cured. Like I said, we'll show some of that.
We just gotta get some spray paint.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just get some more primer. We ran out of primer, and
actually, I think we ran out of primer with that big guy.
Yeah, but I didn't primer him because this is that Russian green primer.
Oh, okay, that's right.
This guy's big, yes, but he didn't take up any of my gray primer that we use. So, I don't know about you guys, but here in Iowa, we're getting ready for some really bad, severe weather tomorrow, and tonight it looks like it's going to rain. Yep. Well, your podcasts are pretty good. I catch clips of them, those little clips that you put out there. David, that's pretty nice too. I did that here and there, and I have the ability to do that, edit the clips and put small clips. I just don't have the time to do that too much. Oops, I thought I had my phone here silenced. Sorry about that. Do that real quick. Because nothing more annoying than. But yeah, oh, no. I know. I want to know what the rain is too. There we go. Credence Clearwater. Probably shouldn't know who they are, right? But it's going to be quite an interesting day for us gamers tomorrow with the weather. No doubt we'll have to see. It's one of those times you hope that the meteorologists are wrong. Tomorrow's election day for you, huh, David? And you get to decide which gladiator you can throw in the arena. If only it was that way. Don't you wish that those who are elected, when they want to go to war, those people are the ones that should go in an arena, and then whoever walks away wins the war, you know? Hello, Telemachus. He says, greetings across the country, survivors. The apocalypse is upon us. Yes, sir. It's been rapidly coming at us, so we'll see. But, that's what gamers live for, right? Well, the rest of the population lives in fear. Not gamers. They're like, we've played this. We've tabletop played this. We've video game played it. We've watched the movies. We're ready. Right. We're not terrified.
There we go. I just resubscribed to Annex through my channel.
Oh, Ashley subscribed to you, David, there. So, Did you just rename the channel?
No, it's completely different.
Oh, a completely different one? Okay. Then I'll have to subscribe too. So after the show here, when I get a chance, David, I'll subscribe. I thought you just changed your name.
Oh, maybe
all.
it is.
Well, make sure, Ashley.
I don't know, because I wasn't subscribed. I guess I was. I thought I already was. Hold on, let me double check my subscription.
That's right, Telemachus. They live it, we game it. You can only do so many rounds of Zombicide, and you're like, bring it on. We already know we need to find food and blah, blah, blah.
You must have just rebranded.
Yeah. That's the spirit, Ashley.
What? Huh?
David says, but you should still be the same sub. Oh, okay, so we don't have to resubscribe. Cool. What?
Oh, I was flipping through his videos, and he's just the nail clip. It says dinosaurs.
She found your feed.
I found it.
She found it. So yeah, and it's interesting. So hopefully that takes off for you there, David, and goes even better for you. For us, we know we need to get more content out there. It's just timing, man. It's just become a timing thing. So we try. Also, we could use some suggestions because we need more watch time. Like, we get views, but it just seems like
no one wants to watch more than like a minute and a half.
Yeah, and I talked to other people with other channels, same thing. But TikTok is kind of how people do YouTube now too. I noticed.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help either. David said that's his best thumbnail, the dino one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because it looked like he was having fun.
Well, you got to have fun, right? That's the whole purpose. So we could break out some of these little 6mm buildings here. For those of you, Dave, Telemachus, and the others. Yeah, Restream will do that. You can pay for the AI, or if you can use it free, but once the free's up, that's what I was looking at doing because it automatically takes little clips and gives you an idea if how much it may or may not be looked at. So I'm thinking of just increasing that and doing that on our end because I could add some clips, to put out there, which I think is a good deal. Restream's got quite a bit of stuff that it's capable of doing. What are you looking at now? Oh, Ashley just surfing the internet. So, You want to turn the light on over here where your camera is, and we'll add that camera. We'll start showing some of these buildings. And
as I'm being blinded.
Yeah, let me get the other camera up, you guys. For those of you listening on the podcast later, those will be in this video to rewatch it there. You've been buying Hextech. Hey, that Hextech stuff, specifically for BattleTech, is pretty cool.
I'm going to have to find this. It was so weak it cracked. When I cured it, I'll have to redo that one.
What'd you say, Ashley?
Oh, one of the little houses cracked because it was thin.
Oh.
So when I cured it, it just cracked it.
Well, that's okay. That will happen. Where is that one? That one's not plugged in, is it? Where is it?
Yeah.
I can't find it. Is the cover closed on it?
No.
Huh?
Should be that one. Unplug and replug.
Oh.
Maybe put it up in the one above it.
Ooh, that's not good. Let's see. Let's see if it can find it.
I mean, we've had it connected before.
Telemachus says, just say, what'd you do, Ash? Uh-oh. There we go. Why is this doing that? What's going on? Oh, we shouldn't have plugged that in. Toluca says, we just tell them that you have Taylor Swift online, and later in the program you'll open up the phones for a Q&A. They'll never leave the feed.
That is messed up.
That is smart. That's brilliant there, Telemachus.
That is messed up. And there's Ice Wolf.
Hey, Ice Wolf, we're getting ready to show off the 6mm stuff that's been gotten printed up that you helped us with, and we're grateful, sir. Very much appreciate it.
All right.
David says YouTube has a podcast section. Yeah. So the playlist I made for the podcast was automatically added to that category. I mean, that's the thing is podcasts still, they're not doing, when you say podcast, or at least for me, when I think of podcast, I'm not thinking of video. I'm thinking of an audible, because that's what podcasts were originally, not video. So I've seen that with YouTube, but I've never used it because I use Restream. But maybe I'll look into it. I mean, because they make video podcast. That's what we're doing now, technically, I guess, if you want to call it that. So hold on a second. We're trying to add the other camera. That was our fault because we did not have it plugged in to begin with. So
there we go.
I believe they are to scale. Hold on a second here. Let's switch this around. Boop. So Ashley got actually quite a bit of them printed. Hold on a second. So I'd pick up. Well, here's a 6mm tank. Set a tank in there. It looks.
I mean, some
that one's off the camera, but looks pretty close. Well, now what you do is pick one up and show the detail on some of these. They came out pretty good, really.
Yeah, I fix up some of them, but...
Well, that's just where the supports were, so that's no biggie. But it looks pretty good, really. This little resin printer does a pretty good job. It looks like it's pretty close. Oh, yeah, that one's...
I got it cleaned up quite a bit in there.
Well, yeah, but that's what we said. You just cured them, so...
That's a
I'll
two-piece.
say the lid comes off that. So if you had troops, you could put them in there. But yeah, they look like they're pretty much to scale.
Careful.
I'd say.
Yeah, this one I had to go and print upside down. I had to print like this. It's the only way I can fit it up on my printer. So.
Yeah, that one probably needed more support. Generally, I think you use the auto support, right?
I use the auto generator, yeah.
Yeah, they came out looking really good. So we'll see. I mean, what's that? Oh, like a water fountain?
Water fountain.
A city square kind of a fountain. So there we go. So thank you, Ice Wolf, because now we got some terrain, and I want to get some tank action going. At least I got some buildings to put in play and something to work with. But so far they look pretty good.
Yep, I had to get back in. Where did it go? Where'd it go? This one. This one, it was so thin that it just cracked. So I'll have to figure out a different way of doing it.
Yeah, but will it be usable? Can you just patch with that resin patch we have?
Yeah, probably.
Sand it up and paint it and then use it? I mean...
Yeah. I mean, if anything, I just take it and I'll just follow a line and slowly crack it and make it look like it was a busted out house.
Oh, like bombed or something?
Yeah, like it was bombed.
It could do that too, yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's right up on the roof.
Yeah, so generally,
But yeah, they all came out really good looking.
I think
So
I don't have any complaints about them. What's this one here?
just another little house.
Yeah,
Some are
even the
hollow, some are.
shingles. So
That's hollow. That one's hollow. That one's hollow. That's hollow. These are all actually solid.
yeah. Well, that's because these are too small to really be hollowed. They're not heavy at all.
Yeah, they're not.
But any of the bigger stuff is going to be hollowed out.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
They
that's
said
our.
they found it all on Thingiverse for free and just rescaled it.
Yeah.
Well,
You
thank
did an
you.
excellent job on rescaling those.
We appreciate it because for us trying to rescale it and get it correct is what we were kind of concerned with. So there you go. That's a little bit of a project there that we can work on because I have a multitude of.
I mean,
6
being
millimeter.
6mm, they are kind of small, so it's gonna be fun. Because I have a little. This was fun trying to fix. Because I ended up cutting out the little steps, but that was one of our little 6mm, a water tower. But good find.
Yeah, really good find. Thank you, man. So that's the one thing you guys have heard me talk about for quite some time. So now it's becoming a reality.
Yep.
And that's just going to be fun. I want to get something going with that. Now, I'll leave an open suggestion for you. Let us know what you think you want to see next for a game. We got multitudes of games. If you have some ideas, let us know. Well, we appreciate it.
Battle damage, yeah. That's what I'm
Ice
thinking.
Wolf.
I'll probably just go and take it and kind of take my X-Acto blade and kind of just curve it out, kind of.
Yeah, you can make it look like
and
it's.
see how it's busted, breaks.
Well, I don't know, but you can make it to where it's damaged. At least we have somewhere to start, a starting point. So,
Yep.
Because for us trying to, everybody's always said scale it down, but we're just not experts. So it's easier if we had something that was set to already to that scale as to try to guess or eyeball each thing and have them all come out slightly different. Yes, David. Thank you for sending the BattleTech Aces rules. I seen that, so we will be looking into that too. Because the last Alpha Strike game that we just did, Alpha Strike, as you guys know, it's just my preferred version. It's fun, but I guess I got to do something because I've won 4 times in a row. Ash is getting a little annoyed with me now, so
screw you.
And that was, letting.
Hey now.
What?
Take us, Charles.
What? Charles had a great steak and a baked potato for $15.
Hey,
hey,
there you go.
There you go. Enjoy life, man.
Here,
and you know how it is well, casinos are games too, right? What is it? Oh, my tank.
Your tank.
So you just got to keep playing sometimes, and it turns around. Just because you lose right now, don't mean you won't later. I've been there. Thought I was going to be on a losing streak a little bit, and then boom, it'll turn around sometimes. Oh yeah, Ice Wolf, we could use ruins, walls, etc. No problem, because I just want to create an environment we can get into. And then I was looking at GHQ's got some rules for the 6mm tanks, and I might start off and see how well those work, see how that goes, because it's scaled for that size.
But yeah.
Yeah, they're very detailed. YouTube needs better BattleTech Aces, David says, content than Six Sides of Gaming. I've not seen Six Sides of Gaming. Probably the last several months, it's been hard enough just to keep up with all the channels that we try to support, at least, other than new ones too. Mini Warmuts in a drive-through. Oh,
Go figure! What a surprise on that one.
There you go. Telemachus says we could do Barney and Friends Attack Teletubbies tabletop game. Minis. That would be a hysterical game, huh? Or put the Teletubbies in the Gladiator Coliseum, right?
Let's not. If you do any research in the actual thought of the Teletubbies, it's already bad enough.
Yeah.
Of what they stand for.
Yeah, it's not. You find that out years later. You're like, oh, this is really cool program. And you do some research and go, oh, that's really dark.
It is so messed up.
Tacos, Mini Warmutt says.
Of course.
Woo, get a taco. Have one for me,
go ahead,
Brian.
shut this one off.
Have one for me. Hold on. There, turn that one off.
Did.
But tacos sound good. I'll take that. That'll work. Matter of fact, I don't even know what we're doing for dinner tonight at this point.
I don't know. I got chicken now. I haven't decided.
Ashley just pulled out chicken. Like, she's not sure what we're going to do. But maybe barbecue them or something. Wargamer Stories has very good Alpha Strike content. Oh, yeah. Linster just put up one, too. He was using the... oh, goodness. I don't think it's Hextech. It's some other... Man, I should know the name. But they do train, too. And as far as the Hextech train...
Do you want rice?
I want to... What?
Do you want rice?
Why would you ask me if I want rice?
Honey garlic chicken.
That's fine. Honey garlic chicken with rice. That'll work. All right, Charles. Good luck, man. Win big. Win big. Then we could all get tacos.
Yeah, we have everything.
No. Mini Warmutt rubs in their Jack in the Box tacos. It'll have to do. Ugh. Yeah, eat those. I miss some of the Jack in the Box food. Force on force can be used for 6mm. Okay. I will keep that in mind, Telemachus. Like I said, I was just thinking of hitting up GHQ's website because that's where I got most of these from, or CNC and see what they have. But GHQ has rules too, just for the armored part. And I'm thinking of maybe you got a town. Now that thanks to Ice Wolf, we got a town we can do. Then maybe we could put a convoy in there or something and come up with a scenario and get some Germans and Russians going at it. Or I've got other factions too, but we'll have to figure something out. It shouldn't be too hard. I just kind of want to get I guess an idea of what distances are for 6mm. Heroscape, yes, that's it. But I like the Hextech better, to be honest with you. David, I just like the trees and then the elevated rock train or desert train that it was. Clint got some of that, so I've seen it up front in person. Man, it's pretty nice. I mean, I really like the BattleTech cardboard stuff that comes with it because honestly, they give you, in the Alpha Strike box, you got stuff you can use, and their cardboard stuff is pretty nice. It looks pretty good on the table, plays well. The trees are nice, but man, that Hextech stuff is just impressive. And again, there, David. Yep, Linkster used Heroscape, so you are correct. I just couldn't remember it. Well, I don't think it's as. I guess to me, the Hextech stuff is a little nicer. But in the end, it's whatever you guys like, whatever you use for your table, whatever you want to game with, then that's what you do. As far as You're looking up how to make it, huh?
Mhm.
All right. And what have you been playing lately on Xbox, Ashley?
House
Ashley?
flippers.
Ashley's been playing House Flippers. She went from her obsession with Jeff in the, what was that,
Marvel Rivals. I still
Marvel
play it off and
Rivals,
on.
and now she's doing fixing up houses and flipping them. So now just do that in real life, then you can make
Right.
some.
Well, the
some
game I have
coinage.
almost $1 million on there, so start get on the corner so we can make some money and I can do it.
Get on the corner. I'll be lucky if someone throws a donut at me, but I'll work for donuts and coffee, so that's all good too. But yeah, we would like to get some of that other terrain for our Alpha Strike. And the next one, Mr. Annex, I want to use the tanks. Now, maybe I'll talk to you a little later too, because I'm not used to using the tanks that I got, and I'm not used to using planes in it. It's just been the mech so far.
Well, we had our 3-year-old granddaughter over, and she wanted me to download Bluey, so I was playing that with her the other night.
Bluey.
Yeah, Bluey.
Yeah, he's got a game too. Dandy's World. You played with your daughter on Roblox this week. Hey, if you can find time to spend with your kids in game, then go for it. I miss the days when me and the boys were sitting down and gaming. I got them into being little gamer addicts, but and then just before when they got old enough before they moved out, they were doing the Gale Force 9 tanks and Star Wars. Now they really liked the Star Wars. What were you gonna say, Ashley?
I was gonna comment on Ice Wolf. He has Hex Tech STLs.
Oh boy,
that's what we were looking at actually last night.
That's what Ashley was looking at. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of miss when they were here and we'd sit and we'd do our games as a family. It was fun, whether it was video gaming or doing a tabletop. Well, Ice Wolf Ashley would love those files. So anything, I just prefer terrain on the table. You can, and we have played just flat out on a table with nothing. Like we did the one game. I noticed we didn't get a whole lot, but of views and whatnot, but we presented it as, with the paper standees on one side and letting people know just in general, hey, you don't have to have all these models, or you don't have to have all this terrain. You just play with the table and printed out ones. And oh, thank you, Ice Wolf. And you could just go forward and play. But that was just to kind of let people know you can start very, very cheap in getting into the game. You don't have to go start expensive. However, once you're in the hobby, then you always want to upgrade. The brushes you start with are no longer the brush types you're using later, because you found better ones. Same thing with paints and sometimes with the glues and whatnot. I am not familiar with WeTransfer. Is that more like a Dropbox kind of a file? If it's something where we could just click a link and go to and download it, that would be okay. Man, we appreciate it though, Ice Wolf. So, yeah, David, game away with her, because one day she'll just be too busy to game with Dad. You know what I mean? So it happens at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to, like I said, just get them all together and do a game. We're gonna do even though it's Iowa, to the best of our ability, we tried to research a little bit of weather and whatnot. And so Father's Day weekend will be camping, and I might just do some stuff spontaneous live there if there's decent internet signal, and we'll see. because we've already talked about taking some games out to play on like the park bench tables that they'll have there. Oh, you have Google Drive? Yeah, that's the problem. Is you can only send so much, at a time. She only gamed with you because her best friend was on a Disney cruise, but that's okay. It keeps
Take it.
that little bond there. It keeps maintaining your bond. So just do that. Um, my biggest regret is just time. You just don't realize when you're working how much time will go by, and before you know it, you're like, crap. I there's not what happened all the time, and then the time's gone, and then it's just hard to find time. And today, everybody will tell you, it seems like almost everybody I talk to, same boat. They don't know why the days are going so fast, or it seems to be, and they just don't seem to have time to game anymore. I know my days of plunking my butt down, and I used to game with the crew on Xbox Live, and we really tore some stuff up, man, to the point where people would accuse us of cheating, and we had to.
Oh, people are
It was because we
pansies.
communicated. We actually used the headsets, and we would, you know, call out where we got taken out at, where the others were, and so we really just worked together, and it was really fun. But now I don't even know how I'd be able to sit down for a couple hours and game at night. And a lot of the tabletop stuff um, takes a little bit longer too sometimes, even though you could get it done in under 2 hours. It's hard to find that time frame to do it. Oh well, thank you. Ice Wolf. He says he'll fix up something for us with a link in an email. As long as it doesn't take me somewhere where it starts deleting all my files and wants me to, you know, pay in Bitcoin to stop the transfer, because I don't have any Bitcoin, Ice Wolf. I'm telling you right now, maybe $10 worth. So, um, I'm just joking. There was an old program a long time ago where you could send it to your friends, and when you click on it, it would act like it's deleting files. Do you want me to delete the files? Click no. You click no. And it says yes. You have confirmed you wanted files, and it would pretend it was doing all this, but it literally was doing nothing. But it looked like your system was being dismantled.
Destroyed.
Yeah, you had it sent to me, and I was like, "What? I'm not telling it to do that." And then it dawned on me. Wait a minute. This is. I think this is a joke, But you didn't look like a joke at first, so um, yeah, a little bit of. I got you. Yeah, you know, crypto is an interesting deal that's being used more and more. So I thought it was kind of cool when it first came out, but you know, Bitcoin is interesting. Its abbreviation is BTC, so it almost sounds like one guy brought up beta test coin. I was like, that's an interesting theory because digital stuff is where we're at anyways, right? Digital payments, digital everything. Yeah, as well. Those that was kind of a fun little thing that was going around. It did no harm. It was just a fake simulation that your computer had been, you know, gotten into, and all your files were being deleted. Enough to scare you and go, oh no, I've got to redo all my stuff. But yeah. Well, speaking of computers, I know Keegan's working on. He just picked up a case the other day. He's gonna try and build himself a computer, um, like a gaming computer, so that he can do more PC gaming. And because really the consoles, that's all they are. They're their own PC. They're just shaped into a cube or whatever shape they want to make them. It's its own little console, is its own little computer driven stuff. So um, he wants to try to replace his Xbox and be able to do that, because all we do is use our other laptop, which is an Asus gaming laptop,
Mm-hmm.
and we use that for. I'm not going out and spending $500 on a new Xbox. It's
It does the same thing. I can use a
the
controller.
the PC. You can still use your Xbox controller with it and your headset, and you can still do the same thing. And since everything's digital anyways, it's not like the games have all shifted from you know cartridges to CDs to now it's just all downloads. Not in the long run, if that's all it's going to be, is they'll quit making discs at some point, and because they're just going to, and it's all digital. What's Keegan been up to? Mini Warma? He's been
Working a lot, I think.
just working, and um, I don't know. Usually when I go over and see him, he's playing Farming Simulator. So he spent some time on that. He really likes that game. And like I was just telling everybody, he's gonna try and build himself a gaming rig. So we'll see how that works out. I mean, what you saying? Your man cave is pretty much done. All right, that's cool.
There you go.
Get it up and get it going. So you've got your space. You know, that's the one thing we have. We got fortunate. We still had the room that's big enough to game in, but literally, we're out of space with this room. Ideally, I would like a much larger room to put a bigger, like a 4 foot, 8 foot by 8 foot table, like a piece of plywood size, and have room to
Move
game
around.
around. I can make it 4 by 8 and put two tables in here. We did, but there's almost no room.
There's
left.
no room to move around.
You can move on the sides barely, but it makes a very tight gaming environment to try to do that. So uh, if you can get your man cave done, do that. Um, what are you looking at? Templates?
Pulps.
Oh. Would you be kind enough to get me some more? Thank you, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is where if you had a remote, when Ashley goes out to get some more coffee, I just click it and the door locks. But then she'd probably come back and get me anyways. So, anywho, mini warm up. We got more terrain thanks to Ice Wolf. So it's 6mm though. So you'll start down the road here. You're gonna see stuff coming out with all the tanks I got with 6mm. We're gonna run that for a little bit to that too, because just been wanting to, and I've had them for years, and just never got around to the train. But that printer in the back there, it works pretty well. I can't complain. I know they got much nicer, faster, bigger printers, but for right now, I'm good with what I got. I do have to throw down another Warhammer game at some point because it's been a very long time. Because I want to use my Invictor Tactical Warsuit and the Apothecary that I got as two figures I haven't had a chance to put into a game. So it's just a little bit of everything. But I was just curious what you guys wanted to see next too. Should we do another Alpha Strike? That game that Mini Warm Up put up, that tanks on the east front or eastern front, that is a fun game. And it's very simple. And yes, it's a hex encounter with chits, but the chits are 1 inch and there's not a ton of them. And it's just an easy rules, easy play. Very nice game. Which, by the way, Mini Warm Up, next one I order is going to be the Western Front, the counterpart to that, because there is another one. Oh yeah, Telemachus, we live paycheck to paycheck, man. So if it's working, I'm not messing with it. I replace the parts as I go, but like the prints I showed earlier that Ice Wolf was kind enough to send, those things came out just fine, other than the one cracked. But battle damage, like you were talking about, we're gonna make some battle damage to the buildings anyways. So it's really not gonna matter. Oh, thank you. So what did you say there? We're in World War II. You see a run on printers as the tariff stuff smacks all the gaming companies in the face. Shouldn't have put all your eggs in a basket. Well, the whole tariff thing is like, so like you guys know, we have our coffee website, which we've asked you guys to look at. And some of you have. Let us know you like it, share it. So there's a notification on there now, which we were going to do a little video. Is we just got notified from the coffee supplier. Now, bear in mind, America is tariffed on coffee imports all the time. It has been for decades. It's just what they do. This has nothing to do with anything currently, but their tariffs of bringing coffee in. So the other countries are tariffing us on coffee. Now, anyone that drinks coffee knows we don't grow coffee in the United States, right? We can't. So in turn, we're told, and we got a notification from our supplier, that because of the products coming to the docks, the tariffs imposed by these countries shipping the coffee into the States has gone up. So, like, it's going to cause an increase on some of the brands, $2 to $4 a bag. Well, that is and isn't a lot. At $2 more, but that could cost you a sale because someone going, I'm not going to pay $2 more. But it's going to be on almost all the coffee. So coffee in general is going to go up. So I never put all my eggs in one basket, anyways. I prefer to separate my eggs. But the whole tariff thing, man, it's all I can say is you guys just look into it. There's always been tariffs on us forever. So now it's just political chess. So all we can do is just kind of write it out. But I don't want to really, go on to too much into that. But I'm just saying, look into it. It's not what most people think. And they've always been there. We've always paid tariffs on stuff forever. So now the coffee's always had tariffs. Now the tariffs are going up again. That makes it harder for people like me and Ashley who are just trying to do something on the side, to maybe at least get it sustainable, because I don't have a lot of money to advertise. So my advertising's been just basically word of mouth, and I don't have the ability to, get out there and do more. So, you know what I mean? So just for a heads up, on May 1st, some of the prices on some of the coffees, not all of them, they're going to go up because some of those are coming from countries that have imposed the tariffs on the United States. And those tariffs have been there for decades. It's just they're raising them now. So coffee is going to get, depending on what you drink, is going to get more pricier as we go for a while, for right now anyway. So if you guys want to order something, I'm encouraging you to order it before May 1st. So if you'd like to go to gamersofcoffee.shop, see if there's tea or coffee there you'd like. If you'd like to order some, we would greatly appreciate it. But on the 1st, things have to go up because the supplier to us is literally going up. So we have to raise it exactly what's coming our way on what's about 7 or 8 different coffees.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on country of origin.
The country of the origin, yeah.
Many more says play more one-page rules. Yes, and you're getting scooters right now. Good for you, sir. Grab some scooters.
He wants us to play more one-page rules. There we go. That's the next thing you could try to do. Go against the dinosaurs. I know most of mine aren't painted, but
we can still fight it out. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that. You thought Florida was in the coffee belt? No, I don't think so. From what I can tell, almost all the coffee in our country is imported.
I believe so.
Yeah. There's certain things we have here in this country that we just, in general, don't make, and so we rely on the imports. So, that's just how it's always been. We've always paid tariffs on things forever. This whole thing in the news makes it sound like it's something new. It's not. It's always been there. So now what we have to do is just deal with whatever comes our way, and hopefully try to keep it going. I'd like to get it, like I said, to a point where we are just sustainable. Oh no, Ice Wolf. No, if you're in the Netherlands, Um, first of all, you guys have all supported us just by being here. So we're not, that's not what we're saying. And you with the files and stuff, that is amazing. We really appreciate it. Shipping to the Netherlands would be expensive. The only free shipping that is there is for the United States. So if you're in the United States, then the shipping is just built into everything. So you're not ever going to pay shipping if you're in the United States. Yeah, so Telemachus, Florida and country grows some coffee. There's no way they could supply the country or even much less supply a few restaurants. They don't make enough. Yeah, the price goes up depending on how the U.S. charges tariffs on that country. Lucky for you, there's no Canadian Chinese coffee beans. Well, yeah, the thing though with is the coffee tariffs have always been there. They've been tariffed against us forever. It's not has nothing to do with the current administration imposing tariffs. This country's always had tariffs on it for everything imported from almost everybody. The only difference is now they're just saying, hey, okay, we're going to do it back. And so now there's this huge ruckus. But this actual tariff on the coffee, that has nothing to do with politics or anything like that. It's just these countries have raised it. And other countries have dropped their tariffs altogether. So I think when all the banter and posturing is all done on all these sides, it's the problem is all of us people in the middle. We just get stuck in the middle of whatever all these politicians do. So it's just interesting that it affects us because if I have to charge $2 more, I also have to deal with um, people's money is tight too. And while everything is going up on every level and always does, people try to save money. Now, the difference in your product, like when I go to the store, I'm somebody that's going to pay $1.50 more for a gallon or something, or $2 more for the organic milk. You know why? I don't want all the chemicals, growth hormones, steroids, antibiotics, and all the other crap in the regular milk. But I will pay the $2 more. But there's a lot of people who go, I'm going to save the $2, and they're going to buy that anyways. So I have to try to deal with that too, and it just makes it harder. So we'll just write our store out. The goal is to try to make it successful, and pay for itself. It's not there yet, but at some point it will. So we'll just keep plugging away at it, man. I think it'd be cool to do. It works with Gamers with Coffee. Why not? If not, then we'll shut it down. But in the meantime, I just thought this is funny. This is a long-standing tariff that's been there long, long, long before this current tariff stuff, and it's just going up as more. And then you've also got all these natural disasters everywhere. If you look at these other countries, man, look at all the flooding and devastation and stuff. A lot of these areas are experiencing, where they're producing stuff, they're just getting obliterated, or now their production's cut. It is what it is. I just want to go camping and relax. You know what I mean? You guys play a few games out there.
2 weeks.
So do that.
Ice Wolf was right about his shipping. It's like $31 euros.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, and I've told people if you're out of the country, then I have no idea what the shipping is. I only know that in the country, because it's in the country, the shipping's free. And I think, like with David, he says you have a booming coffee industry in no time. See, that's the one thing. It doesn't matter what country you're in, right? It's just a no-brainer. If you can't get something, you just start making it. It doesn't matter what country it is, And so I'm not like too terribly worried long-term. It's just short-term. It's kind of a pain because we've had it a year, and now we have to raise prices more than a few pennies, because you're always adjusting the little bits and whatnot. But we'll just have to see how it works out down the road, David. It's okay. I mean, I'm still going to buy my coffee. And Minnie Wormwood says he loves his scooter babes. Yep. Americans are still going to drink coffee regardless. It's just a thing they're going to do. It's just a matter of what USA to Europe is crazy. From China, it's $5. Yeah, a lot depends on where you're getting stuff. Like when I send stuff to Canada, I've sent stuff to David, and I've sent stuff to who else did we send it
Oh,
to?
geez. What was his name? Eric.
And so, yeah, there was one other guy, man. I can't. Geez, I feel bad. I can't remember his name. He was always coming by years ago. He was doing stuff out of his garage. Oh man, I'm kicking myself now.
That
Um,
was Eric.
but anyways, I don't think it was. But anyways,
Yeah.
for us to send it a 12-hour drive from here is ridiculous shipping. The last time I sent some from here to Canada, it almost cost $60 for me to send it there. And then the person had to wait 2 months while Canada has to go through every little single piece of mail that comes in over there and check it, and so the stuff just sits there. So it's annoying. So I don't. That's why if you guys, those of you who've been with us for all the been 8 years now, but whoever's been hanging around long enough, you'll remember we used to do, giveaways and stuff a lot, but a lot of times it ended up being people in um, across the pond. We can't do that no more. I think when I bought Modeling for Advantage's coffee cup up here, because I've known them for a long time, it was fairly expensive, man, to get it shipped over here. And it's just shipping is a killer on stuff. And you guys know because we buy games, right? Um, but I don't know. It was just something I was like, really, you know, just have to, but I just plug along because it's either going to work, and it'll be sustainable at some point and maybe make some money, or it's not. That's right. It doesn't matter if it doesn't. Then cool. I tried. I'm not really going to lose sleep over it. I have a job. Uh, it's not anything other than this is my hobby. So sure, I'd like it to succeed, but if it doesn't, doesn't matter. This isn't my living, right? So it's just fun to do. Oh, thank you, Ice Wolf
I already
says.
got it.
He says enjoy. That's the one thing, Ice Wolf. I can never find the stamps to send those emails. Where do you get those at? Post office lady said I was crazy when I asked her and sent me out of the building. I was like, okay.
Oh, God.
What? Oh, there you go. Ashley's already got it.
I'm already downloading them.
Yeah, that's true, Ice Wolf. Some of the I used to pick people up coming over from overseas, and because I drove a taxi for a while, and boy, they first thing they asked for is, well, where can I rent a bike? I'm like, you don't want to rent a bike here, man. You're gonna need to rent a car. Like you're not. It's not. They're just not used to this country being the size because it's huge. In Iowa, even though you get to the other end in 5 hours, 4 hours, 6, I guess depends on which direction you're going. That's straight driving at 60 miles an hour, so it takes you a bit. So I was fairly decent size. That's why we wanted to do a gaming convention here too, because locally I think it would have been fun. Those plans kind of fell through for this year. It's already getting a little bit late in the year. And generally, from my understanding, if you're going to do any kind of game con or whatever, you kind of need about 4 to 6 months worth of getting it out there first. So it doesn't look like we'll be doing that this year. It was a plan we wanted to do, but we have to see. But things come up. Like tomorrow, we got I was covered in this country here under a severe weather, the whole state. But what's weird is we get severe weather, but they said they've never seen this in meteorological history, the conditions the way it is. So they really don't know what to expect starting tomorrow. Um, some of the models I seen just before the show, where 10 is the highest in the industry, uh, as maxed out for the worst kind of weather. Some of the counties are falling under 13, 14, 12 numbers that they just have never seen. So, and it's moving. So we're gonna hopefully not get torn up tomorrow, but man, some areas are regardless. So there's just always something come up. You know what I mean? So we'll wait. see what the weather is, see what happens with the coffee, see what happens with the tariffs in general, and just kind of ride it out, man. That's all. Yep, and in September, Mini Warm Up has his Mini Warm Up Paint Challenge. And the giveaways will be in the U.S. only. Yeah, because it's just too expensive, man. Even though you want to, um, it's just too much to try to ship something over anywhere out of this country. And it has been for quite some time. And plus the time delay. I don't think it's fair that I send something and 2.5 months later, it gets out of this country in 2 days and then it sits for 2.5 months before the person can receive it. I just think that's crazy, ridiculous, and sucks because we talk with gamers everywhere, and it'd be nice if the world was a different, nicer world, but it's just not. So, yeah, it'll be exciting tomorrow, mini warm up. Generally, any kind of severe weather, you're going to get a warning for, as far as sirens or whatnot, but we have been given several days of, hey, we don't know what to tell you. We have zero idea what to expect, So, what's up?
Oh, he needs me to watch my tomorrow.
Who?
Josh.
Oh. So, we'll see. It doesn't stop us from gaming unless it tears up our house, but hopefully not. But anywho, we will, like I said, we're going to get on that 6mm stuff and get that going, put some damage to it maybe. But first, just to get a game, I just want to get them primered and done, and take it from there. That's literally what all of us could do, right? And then I know, Weird World War II. He's in Texas. Texas has had its own share of weird, uh, terrible types of weather systems and stuff too. So I don't know. As long as everybody stays safe tomorrow, the best of your ability, uh, go forward from there, man. For me, like I said, pretty much, I got very little to catch up on. Literally, it's more going to be just some touch up on a few figures, but I'm pretty much done. And the printer has worked very well. That return printer we got last year, the filament one, works pretty well too. Although I haven't really had much need for it.
We've done a couple things.
Done some things. I think it's going to be great for
big projects,
like the 15mm and up buildings, because the detail's better. I don't think it'd be much good for trying to do anything small. The resin printer quality is just really good. So it's not, what was I going to say? It's not really, I don't know. I feel like I'm not going to use the filament printer as much, just because. And I will check onto those other rules too that we talked about. So we'll figure out something for the 6mm stuff. But yeah, it's been an interesting week. And what?
What? I'm downloading all these.
Oh, you're downloading them all already. You're gonna be there for a while.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Uh-huh. Do you got enough storage for all that?
No, not if I print all of it.
No, I meant
yeah,
storage to store it. Yeah, Ice Wolf, the problem with it is because they've never seen all these conditions ever in their weather history, they really don't know what to do. And because a lot of the modeling's coming out, their max number is 10. But when places are listed at 12, 13, and 14, they don't know what to do with that because the worst is supposed to be 10. So now the models are exceeding their limitations. Cool. David says he's been hammering away on a Kit Bash Skaven artillery piece for his game tomorrow. Mortium. Nice. I guess I should try to Kit Bash more, but I really don't. I only did it once for sure, and that was with Necromunda, and that was taking an older, like I think it was a Warhammerish tank, and I added a flamer and magnetized it to the top that would turn, so I could any people coming up close to the tank, I could use the flamethrower on, and it worked very well. It came out really cool, but really I don't have too much experience kit bash and stuff. I'm pretty much, if this is what it's supposed to be, I build it the way they say they want it built, and yeah, so the Greg doesn't do a ton of kit bashing by a long shot. But I would like to see a picture of that, David. You should post it. Yeah. So with the heavy rain there, Ice Wolf, the rivers are already up, literally to the top or close to the top. Yesterday we did some exploratory driving. There's a place that we wanted to go camping and check out. So it's about 25 minutes from here. So we drove out there, looked around. There's trails and whatnot. Spent about an hour there. Come back, and then I needed to give my granddaughter a ride out to see her other grandparents. And that was another half an hour in a different direction. And we got to cross a flooded road, and it was just way back in the middle of nowhere. And then came back, and we did a lot of driving. So what I can tell you is the rivers are way up, like where the boat ramps would be. The rivers exceeded that, and where the edges of the rivers, they're just even the creeks they're up because we've had a lot of rain, right? So I don't know. I'm hoping it's not a heavy rain tomorrow, because if it is, then it's not going to be fun. And I have no idea what to expect right here in this area. So today we started getting we got, you kind of try to prepare for some of the storms, like you get your candles ready, and if you got battery packs to charge your phone, the little ones, you get those charged. Just kind of try to be preemptive. Although I don't even know why we charge the phone sometimes, mostly because if the cell towers are damaged and that stuff, they won't work anyways. But it's just one of those things we do. So um, we will see. We'll see, definitely. I'll go to work in the morning and kind of take it from there and see how the day goes. But I'm also responsible for everything that happens in this community too. So, oof. You guys know water. You got lots of dikes out there holding water back. Yeah. Um, it's an interesting world we live in, you guys. Really, it is. Just stop, look around, and I was like, yeah, I just want to go do fun things with the kids and the grandkids and just have fun. I'm kind of tired of working myself to death all the time, and play some games, have some fun. That's one of the biggest things that brings me enjoyment, especially is the family gaming, because you can't put prices on memories or bonds and stuff that you build. There's no price to that. Our hobby is expensive, but then the payoff is a lot of good too. Sometimes a lot of fun. Just remember, putting money into your 401k doesn't mean putting money into 40k. Just make sure you got those separated, and you'll be okay. Well, I'm glad Manny Warmup got his coffee. That scooters there. We have a scooters down the street, so
Nice.
I like the stickers. They'll give us out the little coffee stickers, and my granddaughter will put it all over her face and go, "Look, chicken pox." You're like, "That's funny. I don't know where you learned that, but yeah, they're a pretty good company. We just don't, like I said, we haven't been back there to play games for a while, even though they got a conference room many months. We used to go, but it just didn't really pan out as an all the time thing. I think it was too much for people to try to watch us do a live game the same day we did the show, and I don't blame them because you can only take so much really. But it was one of those theories of, in theory, we wanted to get a game in the same day we did the podcast. Yeah, there goes your pension. That's just my joke. I was like, oh yeah, you told me to invest in 40K. No, I said 401K. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, um, pension. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I hope that something different comes along so I can spend some more time doing this. Um, and I'm actively trying to get things to go in a direction where I can do more gaming. Because let's face it, you're going to work 40 hours a week. I'd rather work, 20 hours a week and spend 20 hours gaming and split the difference. I just can't afford to at this point. So I'm trying to move things to where I have more time to game. I don't know if Ashley really likes that concept because she's lost the last 4 times she's played against me.
So what?
On games.
Lost more than that.
No, the Alpha Strikes.
Lost every single Alpha Strike.
Yeah.
Lost.
No, you're okay. You're not on a losing streak.
BS.
Didn't you?
The last couple Bethesdas I've lost. That new one we just got, I lost.
The 1-page rules that we did?
No, I won that one.
Yeah, I'd say you won that one. Your guys crushed me.
Again, fantasy.
So you're saying in fantasy gaming you can win, but in historical or military gaming?
No!
Well, Battletech's kind of across.
Yeah, but
sci-fi
there's
and military.
nothing actually realistic about
So
it.
you're blaming it on the category of the game.
I guess.
All right. See, I lose equally across the board anywhere. It doesn't really matter what category of game it is. If I lose,
Aces and Armor, I lost.
Not by much. Aces and Armor is fun though because you can count your damage and you can see it.
Yeah, that is a fun game.
Yeah, that Aces and Armor is a good game, you guys. You should check that out.
Brian got us all killed in Zombicide.
Yeah.
You guys all killed in Aliens.
You keep bringing that up. That happened 2 years ago or something.
That was last year.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Nope.
Yes.
It was the year before.
Nope, it was last year.
And you keep saying
last year.
I wiped everybody out. That's the card.
You did. You blew us up.
That was the card. That wasn't me, though. I don't know why they would bunch up on me. We're surrounded by aliens. Just get away. Give me some space.
You followed us!
Well, okay. But in principle, you should have known I was following you. So you should have gave me some space. Jeez, you can't live it down. One mistake. One time.
You wiped out the whole team. It wasn't, just one of us left or something. No, you wiped the whole team. I guess go big or go home.
I just wanted to keep everybody together as a group, even in the afterlife. So,
Yeah.
It worked.
I think when we go camping, that's what me and the kids were talking about last night. Taking Zombicide out.
Yeah, Zombicide would be good.
Because those are big enough pieces where we ain't going to lose anything.
That's just a simple game, though.
Yep.
And people coming by would be like, what is that?
That or Aliens. I think the kids would like Aliens, too. Take one of those because we have enough of those we can kind of do.
Yeah, that Aces and Armor Ice Wolf, I really think it was unique because it had the little spires on the side of the miniature base, and you could count your damage and your experience, and it did not interfere with the model. It was really nice, and I just thought it was a cool concept because when you put
see, he didn't even hear me.
Oh, he's fine. But when you put them on the board, it's easy to see which one's more of a threat than the other. So
I do, yeah.
And the fact that you can't really pick where you're going to start You kind of got to
It's random.
draw.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. So you've got to like think, all right, I put these guys here, and this is all I got to work with, and I got to get over here and take this factory and whatnot and hold it, And plus, they have the coins, they have the metal money in there. So, I mean, I thought it was just cool, really cool concept on a game. And I don't have any affiliate links for it or anything like that. Just I thought the game was thought out, pretty neat.
I'd say for a war, I'm not big on war. I do like my Russians, so get me wrong.
You do that.
But that I thought was actually reading the directions on how the rules. They did an excellent job on explaining on what you have to do, on which things you did what. I think they did an excellent job.
Because some rules they'll have vague areas, but this one was pretty good, and
I like that. If you have more than like 3 of them or something like that, you get the bonus dice, and everything is on the lower.
Well,
end.
Depending on how you structure your army, if they're surrounding someone, you're getting more because you're surrounding that unit.
Right, you're getting those extra
to attack
bonuses.
it. You're obviously going to be attacking it with more than what would just be normally one group on.
That's something we can do too, babe. That was a fun game. We can throw that one down again.
I'd do it again. That was fun. And it was kind of weird because I was reading it
myself
on the Kickstarter. I was like, "That sounds cool. If it plays the way it sounds, then it's worth it." And it really does.
Yeah,
it really was pretty cool.
It was a well designed game.
That new little one I got. I don't know.
Oh, that little new single one?
Yeah.
It's confusing.
I put it down and I was looking at it and I'm like, the instructions don't necessarily say some things, and you're kind of left with, you have some units on. We'll go through it. I'll show you what I mean.
It's confusing.
But there's particularly 2 units that you can't destroy.
Because they escaped in real life. They
escape in real life anyway, so all you can do is push them back to where they escaped to. But that doesn't even really make sense as to why I put them on the board then. But it'll be interesting. I want to kind of try to sit. That's probably going to be one of those sit and go through it and bring up some questions kind of videos or something. So see how that works out too. We didn't get that out. It is on the table back there. It's hard to see because it's smaller.
Tiny.
But, we kind of did a playthrough somewhat already to get an idea and see what it is that I got us into. I don't think it's going to be as fun as Trench Knife.
No, Trench Knife
was pretty cool, man. I would recommend anybody pick that up because you're going to, if you like, that kind of historical war game of World War I. And it's fighting in the trenches. It was just really a
that one was a well-made game.
Yep. This other one, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. It looks like the way it plays out is because you have to hold 2 ports, but you can only hold them by having your armies there. Well, that means you got to leave 2 armies in a vacant port, like when we were playing a little test play. And I'm like, wait, this one unit's a paratrooper unit, but they only land in one area and fight the guys.
And it can go so far. And then
they can't go anywhere else.
Done. Yeah. But you also only can move so many things, and you got to roll. It's.
Icewolf says there is an expansion with more tanks and units. Yeah, my understanding of that expansion is you can get more of the same of what the game comes with, so you can have more players.
Are we still talking about Aces and Armor?
Yeah, Aces and Armor.
Which I wouldn't mind getting, because if you're able to save up and you're able to get it, instead of using the chits that they have on there, I would like more actual
coins.
Figures.
You can get them. You can. It's like $25 more, and you get the whole set all over again.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Well, that's good if shipping isn't too bad. The game isn't really very expensive, and it's I don't know, really cool. Just they they just really thought it out, and it's a different concept, but I like it. It was pretty good to see how it worked out.
Right here on Amazon, $30.
Yeah, so Aces and Armor is, yeah, those are the extras of what you got. So you can reorder them. Yeah, $30 on Amazon, free
You
shipping.
get all of them again.
Yeah, you get the whole set of 4 again, which would be good to have, especially if you had like 3 players. And the game itself is 60, $70. Depends on where you get it. So, and it comes with more than enough for you to get going.
But yeah, just to start, it's you got everything.
It is pretty fun. So.
But yeah, if anyone wants Aces Armor, it's $70 on Amazon.
Yeah. I use Amazon a lot mainly because of the free shipping. Because if you're paying your Prime membership, then you may as well get the free shipping, and so I use it for that. If I can support my local game store, like I said before, I will. But if I'm going to save $10 or $15, then I'll order online. If it's within $5 or so, and even a couple times I've spent a little bit more than that at the local shop. But if it's substantial and I've saved $20, $30 on a game online, then I'm going to do that too.
Ooh, that's the game we gotta get our granddaughter. Pretty Princess. She would absolutely love that.
Pretty Princess.
I got all younger boys. I never got to play that with the girls.
So you would like that, probably.
Oh, you know dang well that you would be covered in a princess tiara.
I'll get down there and goof off.
Or Candyland, something. She's getting to the age where she wants to start playing.
She does play with the miniatures
she
here.
Does. So some of the extras that have broken that I've printed, she ends up getting. So her desk has extra miniatures of both of ours, and she'll play with them up on the table. Like our Alpha Strike table we had up, she was playing around with all the stuff.
Yeah, when we set it up, she helped set up the buildings and put things up there. And then before we even gamed or did anything, she got her people up there, and then she wanted to play, and so it's cool. She likes tabletop gaming, so hopefully that continues.
Well, that's about the age where we started Jaden with her first tank.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about the right age frame.
At least with this type of gaming, they have to use some thinking and stuff too. And they're not constantly staring at a blinking light. Also, was on a completely different thing. We wanted to do
Trench Club. What's Trench Club?
That's World War One. That's the one I was telling you I'd like to get. It's the same concept. See?
Oh, it's just different okay.
So you're doing World War One, and that's more trench warfare kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's the same concept, I'm for it.
So I want to try to do. We were wanting to do another giveaway, but we gotta see what YouTube's updated rules are with that, because I was talking with Mini Warmut. He said they had changed some stuff, so I want to make sure we don't do anything to get us, in trouble, but wouldn't mind doing another giveaway. And some of it will be like, hey, we're condensing things down. Maybe it'll just be a used game that has all the pieces that we just don't have room for, but there's a few things we were thinking of wanting to do. So I've got to research that bit a little more and see what I can come up with on how to do it, because I don't know, things change all the time, and the last thing I want is to get in trouble or have my channel messed with just because I wanted to do something nice to you guys, and we did long ago. So we'll have to find out. We'll have to find out. What are you looking at?
That's kind of cool. Oh, the Trench Club.
Yeah, it's just a different setup. See that?
It literally is the same. Instead of having the
what?
Factories that you have to defend,
They're
pillboxes.
They're bunkers and stuff, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I think it'd be a really fun version, but that one's up to 5 players. That's different. And
solo.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a good game too to play solo. The heck is that up there? I don't know. Someone driving something that's pretty loud up down the street. But if the shipping's not too bad, Ice Wolf, it's a pretty good game, and it's one you can set up and even just leave and do it over the course of days if you want.
We might need to get this, Ben. On Amazon, it's $90.
Well, what is that?
That's Trench Club.
That's Legacy. There's 2. There's the original, and then there's Legacy.
This is the bigger box.
Yes, I know. I told you about this. I don't think you remember.
No. I don't remember you saying nothing about it.
Just like the other games that showed up. Oh, you never told me. And I'm like, yeah.
No, we talked about it saying, what would you think? I'm like, I guess that'd be a fun game. And all of a sudden, guess what? It shows up. I never gave you permission.
Sounds like permission to me. Mini Warmont says Death Ship 1 by Joseph McCullough is a fun game. Try it. I'll have to look into that one then, Mini Warmup, because if you say it's fun, I'm sure that it is. Huh. Death Ship 1. You can look that up, Ashley, since you're sitting there looking things up.
Go back up. Death Ship?
Yeah, Death Ship, yeah.
Death Ship 1. It's like a screwed up zombicide, and that's not. That's the book.
That's the book. You'd have to type in game. Operation Last Train, David says, is the game Death Ship 1 is based on. It's good for children? Oh, okay. It's about rescuing civilians on a dying planet overrun by alien critters.
Yeah, I say it's got aliens.
Cool. So we'll have to check that one out if you guys are saying that's good. It's just that's interesting.
I don't see the actual game. This just describes it. It's a solo or co-operated game.
Yeah. Mini Warmer says he's got a new game releasing soon that looks to be fun called Harefoot Jousting. Harefoot. Jousting. That would be interesting. But we'll have to check out the Death Ship 1 and see game-wise what that entails. Do you know, Mini Warm-Up, we still got multitudes of zombicide games we could do with all these figures, and Keegan wants to start doing some more of that too. Oh, Ice Wolf says they have free rules download. Nice.
See, I can't seem to find the game.
That's weird. You find everything online.
Yeah. I keep finding the book, but not the actual game.
Oh, that's funny. Mini Warm-Up says it's about jousting on the back of chickens, foxes, and other animals. Okay.
Zombie chicken!
That would be interesting.
Is this a...
Bad Internet Friend says Operation Last Train is free also. The rules. Is that the rules? Yeah.
There's just the freaking book. I can't find the actual game. I can find the book.
Ashley can't find the game, so if one of you wants to just send it to us.
That is weird. Normally, I find this stuff.
Yeah, the YouTube will block the link, Ice Wolf, if you're not the creator. So if I could put a link in there, but nobody else can put links in there. Which is a little irritating, but on the other hand, I could see where, because we've had some out of the blue weird bots show up and post not really nice stuff, bad stuff, and so imagine if they could just put links there, it'd be an issue.
Yeah, because this is the only thing I find.
Did you type in
soft cover, hardcover, PDF?
But did you type in Death Ship 1 game?
Yes.
Okay. So go to Ashley. PKB games. PKB games.com, Ice Wolf says. There you go. Keep going. Look through go to the shop. There you go.
It's all Aces and Armor stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's Aces and Armors.
Yeah, you're right. Moderators can post links too. I don't.
No, because I'm a moderator. I can't post links. Check my messenger.
Messenger. That's cool, man. All right, she'll check it. You pull it up. It says, please enter your credit card information. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Well, and that other game that you were talking about, Doom. The one Nick is doing too. So I guess that one's still plugging away also. There's several games I'd like to try to do. But
it's just the PDF. That's why. And then you add your own miniatures. That's why I can't find no game.
Okay, well, I didn't know. She found that PDF. Pardon me. She sent
he sent that to us.
Sent you something. Sent something.
I think he just sent that's just the rules. That's what Brian sent me too.
Well, thank you guys. So if it's just rules and you take and use your miniatures from there, then that's interesting.
That's what
Oh, is that what it is, you guys? You get the rules and then you use your own miniatures to play it. Oh, maybe. Death Ship 1 is one word. Were you spacing it out?
No. I found this. What Brian sent me. I'm thinking, there's miniatures and, like that. But no, it's just the PDF.
Well, either way, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
the innovators, that's your stats and all.
Damage.
What each that's of what I said. That looks like pages of stats.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a card game. Here's your cards. Here's the whatever it means. It looks like. Room Alpha is played on a 2.5 by 2.5 square. We'll give it a try.
Okay.
We have either zombies, we have aliens we could pull out, and we
You
can
have a
try
whole
all
bunch
that.
of the alien ones for Invader you could use.
Yeah.
Many Warm-Up says, yes, that's the game.
And there's different rooms.
But no, it's not a card game. So.
Huh?
That's all right. We'll figure it out later, Ash.
It says select rooms. Cards. Ace of spades, king of spades, queen of spades, jack of spades. Those are cards. Or is that just to pick your room?
I don't know. Many Warm-Up says it's not a card game. You pick a low tech or medium tech or high tech groups and you try to pass 5 rooms.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And each one has a specialty thing it has. Okay. That kind of.
Those are event cards, Many Warm-Up says.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, Ice Wolf. Says you have a set like the new game. Read the print, Ashley, Many Pride says.
He's lucky he's like 1,800 miles away. Or I'll
she's
smack
not
him
really
upside his damn head.
She's not really reading. I think she's kind
I'm
of
just
scanning.
kind of scanning. And it has cards that you can basically print out too. Assist cards.
You draw the cards for what room you enter. That makes sense.
Okay. Alien stat cards. Huh. Yeah. I have it downloaded, so I will save it. Downloads. Let's see.
Ooh.
What? I don't have my thing up right this minute.
When Brian says then, just keep your mouth closed, Ashley. Ah, he got you there. Oh, trench warfare. Chat is slow across the big pond, Ice Wolf says. Trench warfare was really a terribly brutal thing, really. I would have just said no. I mean, that was just dumb, I think, jumping up and running across open fields into, fire. But I do like some of I've always liked some of the World War I stuff, and then listening to Magawa channel on Saturdays, and we went to the World War I museum, and when I did that, it was just more kind of hit you home as far as just how nasty and brutal that war was.
Well, it was sucked. I wish we had more time.
Way beyond what they tell you. I mean, they don't really tell you unless you start digging into things. But World War I's an interesting time frame too. Many War says you pick 3 asset cards at the beginning of each game to use. A medic, a healer is very important in the game, so keep that person alive.
Oh, we tried doing something like that, but the medic decided to go commit suicide.
Yeah, Mini Warm-Up says he's got a Death Ship 1 battle report up from last week. I'll have to go back and look. I try not to miss too many of anybody's, but if you got one up, I'll go see. And David at Bad Internet Friends podcast says Death Ship 1 and Operation Last Train are fairly compatible. Death Ship 1 has advanced stats and enemies. Pardon me, you guys. That's just been a week of no matter what. Can't seem to get rid of this
cough. Yeah.
All
right. I am going to go and start dinner.
All right. Well, hold on here, Ash. So, here. So, all right, you guys. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. And thank you guys for all your support every week. Coming by, watching the videos and liking them. We appreciate it. That very much. And we'll go ahead and end the show and your therapy session. So thank you for being here because, hey, it makes the end of our week and beginning of our week good because we're fortunate enough to be able to do it on a Sunday. And Alex, I agree with you. I just don't recall seeing that wrap up, but I will go back and look there, Mini Wormut, and see. But in the meantime, you guys, depending on where you live too, watch the weather, stay safe, and wish us luck tomorrow because I don't know. We don't really know what to expect. We're just going to get up and go with it and see how it works. Yep.
All right,
Thank you guys, for all showing up. We appreciate it. Go get some dinner and call it a day.
Oh.
Jeez.